Hey guys, well I decided to do a review on this movie because there's a remake coming out on Tuesday. But I already know there's people who already saw the remake because it's been like release limited. It's been, I'm sure it's released on demand and film festivals, all that stuff. But I actually have not seen the remake, so don't spoil it if you've seen it already. And you probably already know what movie I'm talking about. I'm going to review the original Maniac. So this was a pretty controversial movie at the time of its release. And you can already, if you've seen it already, you obviously know why. Even by looking at this, you can see why too. I mean, it's a bloody knife, hair, blood. Yeah, so this was a pretty graphic movie at its time. It was made back in 1980. So this movie is about this man named Frank Zito, who's played by Joe Spinell, who also was a co-executive producer and co-writer of this movie. And he actually does a very good job at this movie. He's like, very convincing. He's the best actor in this movie. So so Frank Zito is this like crazy guy. He's a disturbed man who's suffered from his from bad childhood. So and Frank Zito is of course you may already know he's the maniac. So this is a slasher movie that actually centers around the killer. It's not a slasher movie that centers around these characters who are later going to die, or these characters who are later going to be the heroes. So it's not like Friday the 13th or Nightmare on Elm Street or Halloween. So this centers around the killer himself. And when you meet this killer from in the beginning, like you just think he's just like just a regular killer who's just stabbing people. But it does more than just him just stabbing people. So this character is actually someone you get to know throughout this whole movie. There's a lot of character development through this whole movie. It's like a character who you can almost like connect with. You can see that he's going crazy. You can see when he's gonna kill someone. You can see when he's like breaking down. So it's someone who's who just develops throughout the whole movie. And so this character lives in this this one room apartment that's filled with pictures of women and mannequins, and he often talks to the mannequins as if they were real. And also he does he goes out during the nighttime just to stalk women. He tries picking them up and whatnot. But then he later on just breaks out and kills them. And after that he scalps the girls in a very gruesome fashion. Actually, all the gory details is there. So he rips the scalps off and then puts it on the mannequins in his apartment. And he does that because he actually tends to like these girls that he stalks, and so he sees it as a way of keeping something forever. Very weird way, if you ask me. And the makeup effects for this movie, the scalping and whatnot, it's all done by horror legend Tom Savini, who just does an amazing job at these special effects. He did some of the best special effects in horror movies. He done things like Friday the 13th, The Burning, The Prowler, Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead. Yeah, he's just a really good makeup effects man, special effects. And not to show off, I actually met him last year. Yeah, not to show off. Tom Savini himself actually does a cameo in this, and his death scene is actually pretty memorable. It's basically a head blowing up. So it was actually a pretty cool effect for its time, and a pretty good death scene. And later in this movie, Frank meets this photographer named Anne, and he develops a friendship with her. He goes out with her. And when that starts to happen, we start thinking, is he going to go off, or is he going to stop doing this now? Who knows? So it's something that they're trying to build up to. Is he going to snap, going to scalp her? Is he going to try to do the thing that he sees, like try to keep her forever as he likes to see it as. Another thing that was also good was the atmosphere of this movie. Like they had like some bright colors in Frank's apartment. They had like the city scenes where he's going out trying to kind of kill girls. Like it's all shadows and whatnot. And the music was also pretty good for these scenes. So all in all, this was a pretty good 80s slasher movie. So it's not like any other regular slasher movie. So I would definitely recommend this movie if you haven't seen it already. I look forward to seeing the remake, and I will do the review on the remake as soon as I see it. Again, if you've seen the remake, don't spoil it for me. I would like to see it before you start writing that the remake was good and or the remake was bad, all that stuff. I mean, I heard more good things about the remake, so I will check that out. That'll be my next review. Stay tuned for that. Bye.